And as you can see, I have two separate kits. They're both for makeup. But one kit, this one here, is for pretty much all skin. And then this kit over here is pretty much everything else. So, and the reason why I have two kits is because, well, I can't fit everything into one. I could fit everything into one if I got a bigger kit, but I really like how these little cases are set up. It keeps me very organized. I can work directly out of them, and I can see exactly where everything is, and everything has an exact spot, so it takes me no time to set up or to break down. Like, I mean, literally, it takes me no time. And this first kit over here, I have 3 different foundations. I have powders and skin, all my skin prep stuff. And the reason why I have so many, I actually have 4 different foundations, because there's foundations at the bottom of this one too, but the concealers are at the top. The reason why I have so many foundations is because everybody has different skin needs, and you know, everybody likes a different kind of coverage or a different kind of finish, and so I try to accommodate for everybody's needs. So for example, this right here, this foundation here is Kat Von D. It's a very full coverage foundation. It is very matte. It is really good for someone who's either really oily or has really problematic skin and needs a lot of coverage, or a combination of both. This would be the foundation I go to. The next one, this one in the middle, is by Face Atelier. It's a pro brand. You can only get it online. Sephora does not sell it. Ulta does not sell it. You're not going to find it. I don't think you can find it in stores anywhere on the East Coast. It's definitely a pro brand. You can only get it online. But it is I would say it's a buildable coverage foundation, but it's very lightweight. So this is the foundation I generally go to for if somebody says they like a, you know, it's really kind of natural look. They don't like the feel of foundation. They don't like it to feel heavy. This is the foundation that I generally reach for. It's also a foundation that has a dewy finish, or has a skin finish to a dewy finish. So it's also, if somebody likes that glow, this would be the finish that I also reach for. This foundation here is the Danessa Myricks foundation. It's her latest foundation. Well, I think it's the only foundation she has, actually. But it is a phenomenal foundation. Every person that I've put this on has fell in love. I've recommended it to several people. It's amazing. It's a pretty full coverage. It's a medium to a full coverage foundation, and it has I would say it has a skin finish. It's not super dewy, but it's definitely far from matte. But but it is a very beautiful finish, and it does cover really well. You can use it as both a concealer and a foundation, but in actuality, you can probably use any foundation as a concealer and foundation. That's generally what I do. And then over here, I have my NARS concealers at the top, and then underneath, I have the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. It is I would say it's a medium coverage. It says on the description that it's a full coverage, but yeah, I feel like it's more of a medium coverage, and it's a semi-matte finish. It's not completely matte. It's not as matte as my Kat Von D, but it's decently matte. Now, none of these are, well, other than the MAC, none of these are original containers. I like to, when I get my foundations in, I like to pour them in smaller containers to make them more portable. I think these are either 1 or 2 ounce containers that I get off of Amazon. You can also get them off of eBay. I buy them in bulk. And then over here, I have my powders. As you can see, I don't have a lot of powders. I'm not a powder person. I only use powder when I absolutely have to, because I believe that with the right skin prep, you really don't need to use a lot of powder. I don't really like the powdery finish. I generally prefer the skin finish. I like the skin to look like skin. I like it to have a little bit of a glow, and that's just kind of my style and my preference. I know some other makeup artists will powder you down. They like to bake. I'm not a baker. And then over here I have all of my disposables. I have disposable lip ones, disposable mascara ones. I have some cotton rounds. And every makeup artist should have this in their kit. You do not want to double dip. I hate when I see makeup artists double dip. And yes, there are some who do. And they shouldn't. And then over here is all my skin stuff. I'm not going to go in depth what's in the skin part because I have a blog, another blog on my website, and it's called How to Achieve Photoshop Makeup Without Photoshop. And all the products that are in this right here are on there as well, and it has links to where you can find them. But I have my everything that's on that blog is in here. I have my Lime Life moisturizer, the Cool Bar moisturizer, my Water Bomb by Sonia Roselli, my Bioderma, my One Drop Wonder, and those who know what this is know how amazing this stuff is. If you don't know what it is, head on over to my other blog and you can find out all about it. And then, so back here I have, to the left I have my hand sanitizer. The one in the middle, that's also a hand sanitizer, but I don't like that one as much because the smell is kind of strong. And then the blue cap, the one with the blue cap, that is my setting spray, my makeup setting spray. It's by Ben Nye. It's called Final Seal. And then back behind here, I have more skincare products. I have my cleansing wipes, my Korean face masks. I also have my lip masks. I really believe in skin prep and, you know, lip prep and all that great stuff because it makes a huge difference in makeup application. So then over here I have my lip glosses and lipsticks. In this container here I have lip scrub, some lip moisturizers, and I have a couple other small little lip palettes I've depotted myself. And then in here I have anything that goes in a pot. So my eyeliners, my primers, brow gels, things like that. They're all in this little container. So if it goes in a pot or a tube, then it's in here. And then over here I have all my eyeshadows, except for this one. This is not belonging in here. So I'm going to set it to the side because I'm going to put it where it belongs in a second. This is the Lorac palette. I got this one not too long ago. I've used it a little bit, but haven't used it too much yet. And then the Pure palette, I like this one for, it has a little bit of shimmer to it, so I like it for shimmery looks. As you can see, I've used it quite a lot. And then my MAC palettes. And then this beauty here, this is one of my favorite palettes. Definitely for those who have warmer skin tones, this is the palette for you. It's the Danessa Myricks palette, and it is in the, which palette is this one called? It is the Perfect Matte Eyeshadow palette. Let me open it up so you can kind of see the colors. It has a lot of warm colors in it, so it's definitely good for someone who has a warmer undertone versus a cooler undertone. And this Naked 3 palette is probably my most used palette out of everything in my kit. It's very soft. The colors are very soft. A lot of rose golds and colors like that. This is definitely the looks that my brides request. 9 times out of 10, the colors are in here. And then this is also a newer palette. I have got to use it. I don't know if anybody's seen the posts that the makeup I recently posted on my Facebook page. Oh, I also posted it on my Instagram as well with Lakin. This is the palette I used to create her look. It's a very beautiful palette. This one's also really good for warmer skin tones or redheads. And there's a lot of fall kind of colors in it, but I really think they're really pretty. And then the Naked Smoky palette, I don't actually use that a lot. It's not my favorite palette, surprisingly enough, because I do love a good smoky eye. So let me put this back in here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to mess up how I put it in there, because I always do. There we go. Nope, I did a pretty good job. And then at the top back here, I have to the left, I have my sanitized and sharpened lip pencils. In the middle, I have my sanitized and sharpened brow pencils. And then the two palettes that you see are a lip palette and a cream blush palette. I have become addicted to using cream blush. I think they give such a beautiful finish. They look so natural. They're just beautiful. And then the little pink thing you see, that is my lash curler. And then in the back, is all my blushes and my highlights and my contours and cheek stuff, pretty much. And this is my La Femme palette. Is definitely one of my favorite powder blushes. I promise you I did wipe this down. I know you can see a little bit of residue left around it, but I did wipe it down, I promise. It is clean and sanitized, because I do clean and sanitize my products. And for all my Lime Lifers out there, I have this little beauty in my kit as well, and I love it. It's really beautiful. By Lime Life by Alcone. And then I have Hourglass. Their highlighter is definitely one of my favorite highlights because it gives a very subtle highlight, not that glitter highlight that you see on Instagram, but just a nice subtle glow, and that's what I like. The light picks up on it really well. You can't. Sometimes it's hard to see in person, but then when the light and the camera is just right, that glow just looks so beautiful and natural. And then here is I just recently purchased this. Because I've been looking for something to hold my brushes in other than I was using a brush case. But it's just too much hassle carrying that around, plus these two cases, plus my hair kit. So I bought this Brush Buddy, and I love it. It keeps my brushes so organized. It has 4 compartments in the inside of it. These are not even all my brushes. These are just the ones that are clean right now. But this thing is absolutely amazing. You can set it up like, you can just set it by itself like that, or you can carry it around if you want to, because it has straps. Inside my brush, and my brushes are all different brands. I have some MAC, I have some Sigma. Sigma is probably what I use the most often, but I do have some MAC and a few other random brands, but definitely Sigma is probably what I use the most often. I think that they are great brushes and they are reasonably priced. They're not the cheapest brushes, but they're definitely not the most expensive brushes. I also have my spatula because I like to scoop out all my cream products, because they should never ever, you should never ever double dip. You should never dip your brush directly into any kind of cream product or anything like that. It should always be scooped out. Then I also have my brush cleaner in here, and this is by Perrier Spirit. I love this brush cleaner. I think it smells great. It cleans really well as well. I get a lot of compliments on the way my brushes smell, because this brush cleaner has like a citrusy smell, not really chemically, because I like the what's the other one, that blue one, I forgot what it's called, Cinnamon Secrets. Yeah, Cinnamon Secrets brush cleaner. I like that one too. It does clean well, but it doesn't smell as great. It has like it leaves over a chemically smell. And then I also have alcohol. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol. That is the right concentration of alcohol that you should have in your kit. Of anything any less or any more is wrong. This is the most effective concentration of alcohol. Not 91%, not 99%, 70% isopropyl alcohol. So that is it for my kit. Any questions or anything like that you have for me, leave them below or message me and I will answer them for you. I will try to post some links to some of the products that I use. Like, I posted links to where you can find the foundations. The skincare, the links to the skincare is already posted on my blog. And if there's anything else that you guys, want to know where I got from, or just any questions in general, message me. Alright, that's it. Bye.